Welcome to the TDC Today Show communities. My name is Sue Roscoff. The Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post-production, social media, and podcast creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities and veterans who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities and veterans. We are your USA team, and I am so excited for what we are bringing you tonight. First up, we have joining us my co-host, Michael Martin Hummel. Michael is a writer, speaker, and podcaster who works to bridge the gap between disabled and able-bodied people. And Michael, I hear you have some great things going on soon here. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you for having me. Yes, I have an event going on Saturday. It's gonna be on Zoom. I have 10 people with disabilities speaking on the theme of traveling with a disability.
And that is going to be powerful. So you have 10 speakers all talking on different aspects of travel then with
Yeah,
things that
it's just their stories and their experiences.
excellent. So if people want to tune in or find out more, I know you said it's on Zoom. Where would they reach out to be able to participate or watch what's happening?
We stream it live on Facebook, and if you want to be in the room, it's gonna be in a Zoom room, and my email is Michael Hummel at wheelsandwarriors.com, and I will give you the all the information that you need to go into the room.
Excellent. So again, Michael Hummel at
Yeah.
wheelsandwarriors.com. And it's the letter N, not the word and. So
Yes.
wheelsandwarriors.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited to hear more about this. That is a very practical piece that I know I've heard so many times about, oh, if it's something about disabled travel, why would I want to watch? Well, I don't know if I'm going to get hit by a car tomorrow and all of a sudden next week that's my way to travel is I need to know these things. I
Yeah.
might have a relative that I need to help with travel whatever. So it truly is practical for all of us. I may be able-bodied now, but I'm temporarily able-bodied. We all hope to stay as able as possible for as long as possible. But
Yeah.
reality, right? It
Yeah.
really does affect all of us, and it's good information to know.
Thank you.
And so, well, I am going to go ahead and bring in our featured guest for today. I am so excited to have David Quick joining us. He is a wonderful gentleman that we've gotten to know through an organization, actually with the On the Bus organization. But really, if your team is running full speed during deadlines, but your tech is what's slowing you down, that's where you need David. David is with Total IT, Total Cover IT, and he is your guy. David, come on in and tell us a bit more about what you all do.
Yeah, sure. I'm the founder and CEO of Total Cover IT. We're a managed IT provider based out of New Jersey. Been in business for about 17 years now. We started in 2008, but I've been in IT a lot longer than that. I've been in IT for a good almost 30 years, about 28 years now. So I've been around the block a few times.
Excellent. Well, and I know you have a unique background too, because you didn't always do the IT end of things. Where did you start?
Yeah, I began my life as an accountant, strangely enough. My undergraduate degree is in accounting, got a BS in accounting, and a graduate degree in finance. So my background is totally accounting and finance related. And my first job was as an accountant. I was an accountant for about 8 years, worked at a bank. Long story short, the bank got sold. Found a job in IT doing system administration, and then moved on from there. In my last full-time role, um, this is the irony of this, that I started my life as an accountant, but I landed a job as IT director for a regional accounting firm based in New Jersey, a role that I held for 17 years. Actually started Total Cover as kind of a side gig to my full-time job. So I was working full-time as an IT director for an accounting firm. So I kind of flipped it a bit from being an accountant to doing IT for accountants.
So, which gave you exceptional insight that nobody else is going to have, which I'm sure played a nice role in what you were all doing there.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have combined IT and business background, and a specialty with accounting firms because I know how they work. I know their workflows. I know their busy seasons, what keeps them up at night, and all that stuff. In addition to the technology aspect, I know the software they run too. So all of that comes into play here.
Excellent. And I want to make sure you mention what your website is.
My website is totalcoverit.com.
Perfect. And I also know that you recently have written a book. So I want you to go ahead and give us some insights. Tell us about what the book is that you've written.
Yeah, my title of the book is Winning with Tech in the Age of AI. And what prompted me to write the book is, in my experience, both working in IT jobs and as an IT consultant, I've seen a lot of technology in small businesses, and it wasn't pretty because small businesses don't have the budget of large corporations. So they need to save money where they can, and reasonably so. They need to run a business and make money. But the problem is they cut corners with technology. And I've seen some um, very unfavorable setups, for lack of a better term. Setups that, in one instance, ultimately led to an entire network crashing.
Ooh,
So
that's no
uh,
good.
and this book was written with the idea to educate small business owners on how better manage technology, that it shouldn't be categorized as in the same way as other commodity items are. It should have equal value to areas like marketing or finance. It's because IT is very integral to the business. This book sets out to educate business owners about that, how to better manage technology and make it more of a profit center for the business, not something that's an expense.
Perfect. Because yeah, I think about when I'm looking for a business, if I have a need of something, where am I going? I'm going online. I'm looking for their website. It needs to have that role, that function. And without that, I don't know how businesses really survive these days. You really need to have a good online presence. And what kind of advice would you give to a business that has that online presence? What should they be putting together? What should they do?
Well, business, I mean, in today's environment, you you got to be careful about the technology you're buying for your business. You can't just go out and buy the latest and greatest technology just for the sake of buying it. I mean, technology is ever evolving. I mean, at every um, the era, there's a new technology out there, and people just all walk out and grabbing it, not having any thought to what it's actually capable of doing. I mean, now we have it with AI. Not to say that AI can't be useful for business, but you have to go with technology that is proven. You can't be experimental in a small business because it can be very devastating. And
Yeah.
you can't necessarily cut corners and go with the cheapest thing out there because, again, it has such a great impact on business. Even the smallest businesses can be affected, even more so because they have more to lose. I mean, a large corporation, they have some layers of protection, but a small business doesn't have that. So this is relying on a handful of computers, and your network crashes, you're basically out of business. So you got to
Mhm.
be careful about what you buy, and you have to think about what your needs are first before going out and shopping for technology. Figure out where you are as a business, what are your processes, Where do you want to go as a business? We don't even think about the technology until we think about those things. What do you actually need now to move your business forward? And then you go out and you evaluate vendors and technologies. So that would be my advice to small business owners.
Excellent. Michael, why don't you go ahead?
I just wanted to ask one question. I'm curious with the way AI is advancing, are you afraid of what it could do or excited? Because I've heard both people worried about what could happen and excited for what could happen.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject, and there are people on both sides of it. Many think that AI is going to take over the world, and think humans are kind of maybe not necessary. I tend to put aside the doomsday scenarios. With that said, you have to look at not only what AI can do as a technology, but you have to think about having guardrails in place as well for the technology. Um, so it's and again, this is all driven by hype, and uh, it's a new technology, ever evolving. Uh, but you got to set aside the hype, and you got to look at the reality of where things are with technology and what it is actually capable of doing. The key word in AI is artificial. It's artificial intelligence, but it's artificial. It's not real. Basically, it's an computer algorithm, very sophisticated one. Um, it is not intelligent yet. And we don't know. I can't put a crystal ball as to if or when that may happen. But technology as it stands now, it doesn't have intelligence. It's just a computer program. It can be used. It can only be you can only take out of it what you put into it. You have to give it something to work with in order to get the proper output, and you still have to review it. I hope that answers your question. I kind of like went on a long dissertation there.
Uh, that
Thank
makes
you.
a lot of sense because it depends on what you put in. You're gonna get out based on what you put into to AI. It may or may not be what you had in mind because you might realize, oh, okay, my input wasn't quite what I thought it was. I know I've experienced that. So, well,
Yeah, it's like everything else. You only get out what you put into it.
well,
Uh, if you
one
don't,
thing
if
that's
it,
kind of an similar in my mind a little bit. I know there's an organization called On the Bus that has a conference that is very um, what do I feel like I want to say AI based, but it's not exactly that. But can you tell us a little bit about that?
yeah, why certainly. Yeah, on the bus, I can tell more about on the bus
Mhm.
uh, at a later point, but they're hosting a virtual conference, and it's virtual reality. It's like a trade show. But now on the bus used to have physical trade shows, but the person who runs it, Chris Lipper, he was challenged by somebody about hey, you can't run a trade show. It's not going to be beneficial, but he proved that he set out to prove them wrong, both with a physical trade show. Now he's doing it with a virtual trade show. He's taking it to the metaverse um, of cutting edge technology, and it is like a virtual trade show. Like you have booths, people avatars walking around. You have presentation rooms where people go to see presentations. It's very cutting edge.
Mhm.
And Chris has done a tremendous job in orchestrating that. I mean, he has technology partners he's working with. It's not all him, but he's been the driving force in getting us moving forward. Uh, and on the bus in general, I mean, what they do is they do coaching for small business owners. I'm a member of his bus. That's how I got involved with his trade shows. Um, and it's not just one-on-one coaching; it's group coaching for business owners help each other to with business challenges. So it's not just one person. They even help with sales training. Chris runs sales training sessions where you can learn how to better better sell. You can speak better at networking events. all those things. I joined on the bus in 2016. And when I joined there, I had a lot of trepidation about speaking because as a small business owner, I went to these networking events. And I always had a lot of anxiety about giving my short presentation, telling about just a simple thing about telling about my business. Chris changed all that. I've been with them since 2016, so that's a good. I'm not sure how my math is. That's a good uh, what 18 since 2016. That's
Oh yeah,
uh,
about 9 years worth
about
of
9 years, about 9 years on the
yeah.
bus, and now I am very good. Very comfortable in speaking, not just at networking events. I mean, I could be thrown into a room without any prior preparation whatsoever, and I could just do a presentation. I mean, that's where I've gotten to now. I mean, just being on this conference with you is a testament to the work that Chris has done with me, because now I have great confidence. I can think on my feet. There's no prior preparations here. I mean, I certainly have knowledge about my business and my book, but I don't know what the questions are going to be thrown at me and what we'll be talking about. But I just roll with the punches now with great confidence. So all of that was as a result of my being on the bus.
Awesome. I love it because yes, this is fun. I've so enjoyed getting to know more of what you do and I love what On the Bus is and does. It's very much and to me it's kind of a masterminding kind of a concept where it's the group coaching and the many minds that come together to help each other out and to grow and get stronger and I gotta say the conference itself so much fun. I get to become an avatar. I get to walk around and talk to other people. And you can put a video pop up on there so you can actually see the other person. But really, as you're walking around, it's I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm playing. It's very cool. It makes it just automatically fun. And all the people I've met have been amazing. So, and speaking of that, I know Kurt's in the background here and he's been able to participate on there before too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a moment here to bring Kurt in to share a few thoughts as well. How you doing today, Kurt?
I'm doing quite well.
So I was
So
gonna ask you
great.
right away about your thoughts with On the Bus.
Yeah, on the bus, we're talking about the metaverse, international virtual conference. We here at the Disability Channel through the World Ability Podcast Network, um, we bring interviewing of some of the guests at the conference and some of the vendors to be able to be interviewed and then live stream from the metaverse out. And Chris had said that there's been a few people that have been in a conversation about doing something like that, but these other folks weren't able to do it. But we just went ahead and implemented Restream.io, and then, set up the studio, being ready to live stream to our social media and screen sharing system sounds. So there you go, using tech to add some value and share what's going on. So that way people that aren't on the metaverse, aren't in that virtual conference experience can see what it's about and maybe entice some people to go try it out and at least build some awareness, what's possible. Because before we did the metaverse experience with Chris and on the bus and seeing David there and the whole thing, we were, a little naive in terms of, that stuff's going on as easy and as well implemented as what we experienced, and then be able to plug in our live streaming, what a great opportunity. But on the bus has a lot of other sessions, on the calendar. So I'm trying to remember. Is it on the bus.com or is it dot biz?
It's actually on the bus.biz.
Biz. It is the
It's
biz.
on the bus.biz.
Yeah, so yeah, if we go on there, you can see the calendar and see that the virtual conference is the quarterly thing, every few months, but there's events going on throughout the week, every week. And so constant value with On the Bus, yeah, great package. And Chris has his book and stuff like that. So, and then they do like audiobook style stuff. You go into one of the sessions and he's just playing the audiobook, so you sit there and listen to the best principles of networking and such like that and building business relationships, and then have a discussion about what you heard from the audiobook. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff they're doing there on the bus.biz.
Well, and actually, you made me think of one quick question I need to ask. I know, David, with your book, Winning with Tech in the Age of AI, where would people find that book?
Well, it's on Amazon and it's in paperback and also hardcover, also on Kindle, and it will be on Audible in about a month or so. Right now, I'm currently recording it. I'm personally doing the recording, so that's why it's taking a little long. But figure in a
What
month.
a great experience.
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun to do it. Um, I'm actually enjoying the process. They're actually people I'm working with. They do have a process that could have made it easier. I could have used AI to just do a recording of my voice. It would have been a lot easier for me. But I decided to just do it the hard way and just read through the whole book. So I always like a challenge. So I'm actually enjoying just doing the recording, reading the book, and really just getting into it.
Excellent. Oh, I love it. Well, and I know do want to take a moment to go around and just get some final thoughts from everybody. There's so many great things that are happening with Michael's event coming up, with the on the bus, and all the things that David has going on. I'm going to just go ahead and go around the room here. Michael, I'm going to go ahead and start with you.
The two things I took away from it is I'm gonna dive more into onto the bus because I'm curious because I love playing around in it, and I'm also curious about David and like what he does because like I said, I'm not tech savvy, so I'm curious to dive in and explore more.
Excellent. All right. And one last quick plug about your event this weekend on November 15th, 2025. You've got your big event coming up.
It's 10 speakers. The theme is traveling with a disability. It's on Zoom. If you want to be in the room, you can be in the room, but you have to get the link and you have to email me. My email is Michael Hummel at Wheels and Warriors, the letter N, warriors.com, or it's streaming on Facebook for just live.
Excellent.
And it starts at 12 Pacific. And it's probably going to go for about 4 hours.
Amazing. Oh, that'll be great to tune into. David, I'm going to go ahead and pass over to you for any final thoughts you want to share with us, and remind us again of where we can find you.
Yeah, sure. You can, again, my website is totalcoverit.com. And if you want to meet with me, I made it easy for you. You can go to totalcoverit.com, meet David Quick. So totalcoverit.com/, meet David Quick, and you'll be brought to my calendar where you can schedule a time to meet with yours truly.
Beautiful. I love it. And that we can see the book behind you there. That is available on Amazon, Winning with Tech in the Age of AI. And that is the hot topic. So glad you have that available. David, thank you so much for joining us today. And Kurt, I'm going to pass it over to you for your final thoughts.
My father passed away in 2011. A gentleman, talked to me, in him becoming aware that my father had passed away. And his remarks back to me was he told me, Kurt, your dad was somebody that I always look forward to seeing him the next time. So just think about that. I'm being told by a gentleman in a very complimentary way about my father. He was a man that this gentleman that I was talking to about, that he had a relationship. He was knowing my dad very well, and I always look forward to seeing your dad. So we're talking about he passed away. So he's sharing with me, he'll be seeing my dad in heaven or something, like in our life here on earth, he wasn't going to see my dad again. So in a roundabout way, he too was saying he's going to miss my dad. I share that to say that when we talk about books, we talk about technology, we talk about a metaverse, we talk about a business, we talk about marketing, we talk about all these things that we structure, and how our economy and how our world works. We're at a day and time where we as humankind are realizing that the human experience, there's a person that is behind everything we're doing. We're interacting as people for everything we do. So like when we talk about AI, we were talking about, I don't know if that was today or I'm mixing up my days here, but there was sharing about how there's a big buzz about how AI was used to create a, I don't know if it's top selling or top rated song, by AI, and that shaking people up. Like, how can that be that, AI? And I thought about it. I thought, oh, that's wonderful. Because there was somebody who put the prompts in there that did the right things with AI to all of a sudden get that reaction by people. People were getting what they wanted to hear. They were getting what they needed. So technology is applied use of tools. So the idea it's all in the application. For 30 years, the industry has been saying it's high touch with the high tech. So that's what David brings. And I know, David, you're a guy that we look forward to talk to, because when you booked in and you were coming on here, I'll tell you, Sue was revealing to me. She was looking forward to having you on here, David. So congratulations. That's doing business right. When people, and obviously are talking about Chris, Michael doesn't know who we're talking to, but we all are looking forward to seeing Chris the next time we can. And that catches on. Now Michael's looking forward to being introduced to Chris. So to me, this is how it all works. And I just came from the open mind. So that group had quite a heartfelt, like almost a little air of sadness being shared in the room in a Zoom meeting, in the shares. And the idea was about the etymology of goodbye. And there was a lot built up around this. But once everybody really got into how we say goodbye and what our attachment is and kind of what we're really trying to connect there. So like when we say goodbye to David, or we say goodbye to all of you out there that are watching this, what does that really mean? And then the whole thing, the facilitator built it up to this whole other uplifting side, that those goodbyes give a rise to new capacities, new ventures. What's new? So there's power in goodbye, but it's also saying hello to a lot of things. And he talked about a song that the chorus that really grabbed him was, the chorus goes something along the lines of, hello love, hello joy, hello hope, so that it really, really touched his heart. And we could feel it in the room. Like this song is referring to, we didn't hear the song, but he sang a little of the song and it really touched him. And he had to grab for, the Kleenex and stuff like that. So that's my final thought. Let's ask ourselves, what are we doing to touch people's hearts, to connect to what stirs in their belly, to what fills their soul? So the idea is we can do a lot of things that, like they talk about, check up from the neck up. But how are we doing in this zone here where it's all about our heart, guts, and soul? How are we doing that in what we do? When we do that stuff, we're doing it right. And with the business here at the Disability Channel, that's what it's going to take. And in terms of what the Disability Channel offers to the USA, we've got a lot of soul searching with our Oval Office. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. And how perfect. This is the TDC Today Show communities. And really, what a community we have here. I love what On the Bus brings, the community that is there and how that all comes together. we never know exactly where our conversation's going to go here, but I love where it goes. It's always an amazing experience here, and I appreciate those thoughts. Oh my gosh. And really, I got to put it in there because today's my birthday. So you guys have really made my birthday a wonderful, wonderful experience here tonight. I will remember this one. So as always, from all of us here with the Disability Channel and the TDC Today Show communities, a heartfelt thank you. And it's not a goodbye.